Come on, please. Yes! 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 Yes!
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is episode number 32 of the 9 Dart Podcast, your one-stop shop for talking tungsten. And I got to say, this is a bit of a milestone in a dart sense, given double 16 is one of the most popular doubles on the dartboard. My name is Lorenzo Morrow-Hayes. Josh is across from me, and Josh, we've got a big show this week. A surprise winner on the Euro Tour. We got some big Australian news as we build towards what will be a big show next week with the World Grand Prix and ANZ Premier League not too far away. How are you, Josh?
Very well, very well. Yes, lots of Aussie darts, which is what we're here for every single week, and lots going on. Nearly hit a 9 darter this week. It's so much going on.
So much going on.
Double 16.
Things are building in the darts world. It's going to be the next few months are going to be so big, and we're going to be right here to cover it here on the Extra Time YouTube channel, which I don't think we make any other programming. We're just basically become a darts channel at the moment with the way things are. Anyway, our first thoughts are the Hungarian Darts Trophy. Budapest, great event. As a lot of these non-German Euro tours, I'm not saying the German ones aren't interesting or good events, but when we get into these sort of areas, they're excellent stuff. And we saw some upsets. We saw a surprise winners mentioned. We saw some players losing matches they really should have won, Stephen. And when we saw some players wind back the clock, and that's my nomination for Crazy Moment. It's Barney, after he had a pretty good World Series Darts finals, it must be said.
Yes, he did.
He rolled back the clock with a nearly 108 average in the second round to pick up a 6-1 victory over Dave Chisnell. And he's going to need to have that sort of form next week as we go to Switzerland, because we're going to be talking in the great debate about the Grand Prix qualification. One more event to qualify for all the double start events. So there's plenty there, but I like seeing Barney playing well. He's the character, he's the legend of the sport, and I just want to see him playing at a good, consistent level. And look, he dropped down, only averaged 89 and a 6-2 loss to go on Price the following match. But I just loved seeing, when we don't know how much time we've got left with Barney. It's not very long, but still seeing him competing at this level and still in, a chance of playing at the Grand Prix is still great. So I love seeing Barney playing well. You've got a nomination, and it comes from a man we're going to be talking about extensively throughout this podcast. He's on the thumb now, Niko Springer. And, what a weekend he had. And it all started, really, he really emerged in the semi-final against Josh Rock, even though he had some great wins earlier. And he nearly pins the 9.
Thanks to Sport All Rounder for this video. He does a
very
great
good
job.
YouTube channel, All on Darts.
There you go. There's 6
back-to-back 180s.
Sharp.
Josh Rock here is on a 9. He's on 16 after 9. But Niko Springer wants double 12 for the 9 darter, and he's just over the top wire. Not to be for Niko, but
I think he was 7 into another one as well.
He was 7 into another one as well. That's where I thought we were going. I went, the other one, I forgot about that. But
so close.
What a weekend for the Germany. Came in through the Euro Tour event, Tour Card qualifier, and he ended up winning the whole event. He's been one where, serious darts people have been saying for a little while, watch out Niko Springer. And it's not like, I'm going to go to this next slide here immediately, because who did he beat? Van Veen, Heta, and he beat Heta 6-1. Cross, Humphreys, Rock, of course, and Danny Noppert.
Who was a positive surprise as well.
Who had a very strong weekend. Danny, what a run!
Unbelievable! Oh my God! Look at all those the hashtags, the numbers, and the seedings. Oh, just incredible!
In the world, 18, 10, 9, 1, 11, 15. Extraordinary stuff.
All basically top 16. I would call Jan van Veen
he's a top 16 player, and he's beaten them all. And with the exception of the Noppert and Rock, he's had legs to spare in all of them. But he had to battle his way through Humphreys, Rock, and Danny Noppert as well. So, what a weekend. And we've been waiting. German darts is pretty popular at the moment. We know they pack out Euro tours and the major events they do have. But they haven't really had a great superstar yet. Gabriel Clemens made a semi-final a few years ago, but we really haven't seen anyone quite go on with it. And we thought someone still maybe like Martin Schindler might be able to be the one. But Niko Springer has that great talent in him. Yeah. And, And we might be seeing him playing for Germany in a World Cup in not too long well, one must say. As all respect due to Ricardo Pietreczko, who's a fine player himself. But Yeah, he's a special talent, Niko Springer, and he's been one we've been waiting to really burst onto the scene, and he's done it in spectacular style, winning a Euro Tour event.
He's definitely an emerging talent, as we know. I highlighted it last week on that top 100 table, and I actually highlighted his name.
because he's
the
been
growth
building
already.
up the ladder, building up the Werner rankings ladder.
Well, he's going to keep climbing. He's going to keep climbing as a result of this fantastic win.
He is 7th
incredible.
now on the Euro Tour Order of Merit, the race
Wow.
for the European Championship. Pretty much off the back of one Euro Tour. It was an incredible weekend in Budapest for Niko Springer. Very happy with himself as he deserved to play some phenomenal darts. His worst game in terms of a 3-dart average was indeed the final, but he was able to get over the line over Danny Noppert in the last leg decider for a memorable win for the Mensa Bub is his nickname, which is German for lad from
no
Mans.
idea what it meant.
Yeah, I was looking at it going, what on earth does that mean? It makes sense when you to keep that one in. It's native German, the Mensa Bub. So I look forward to hearing John McDonald will probably he will be shouting that because he's gonna be at the Grand Prix.
He will.
12th on that Pro Tour Order of Merit race at the moment for the double start events. So great to see Niko Springer, who we've been waiting to emerge for a little while now, and he's been one I've been keeping an eye on, but he went bang this weekend and really proved himself.
Very, very good. Oh, he had a fantastic weekend. As he said in his comments, nothing to lose. I'm just happy. Like, of course you're happy. It's great.
Yeah,
great to see. Imagine if he hit that 9. That would have topped it off. But
then I would have topped it off, and he really would have. It would have been the cherry on top to an amazing weekend. He'll probably be now at the Slam as well. One would have thought.
You think
with
so?
The likes of Bunting and Aspinall as well have won Euro Tour events this year. So. Yeah, he's put himself in a good position for that. We'll be at the Grand Prix. We'll be at the World Championships. So looking forward to see what Niko Springer, if he's able to build on this.
Yep.
And he's definitely got the talent to build upon it. So it was very good to see Niko Springer. Not only have he made a quarterfinal and we put him in a positive surprise, that would have been still, but he's the best story. He's won a European Tour event, which is extraordinary stuff. Danny Noppert and Vivo Tricol as well had weekends that you've certainly thrown in the positive surprise. Danny Noppert, I was whinging about his European Tour form a little while back, a couple of months ago, as someone who's just constantly losing in the first round, wasn't getting any prize money despite the seeding. But this weekend, he really, and he's been starting to turn things around on the Euro Tour at the moment. Danny Noppert beating Robert Owen, Michael Van Goen, who we know is roaring back into form at the moment, Chris Dobie, Luke Littler as well in the semi-final.
That's probably the most notable one. 7-4.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Yep.
And then just going down, despite the better average, to Springer. Interesting to see Danny Noppert have a great weekend. And, we'll see... We'll see what if he's able to keep his form going forward. Currently, the 13th seed at the moment for the Grand Prix race. So so he'll be one we'll be keeping an eye on, continuing to do so.
On the other hand, we got Tricol. He had a fantastic 6-5 win against Wadamina. And then your man, 6-5 victory over Bunting.
He was 5-2 up, Stephen, and he's in our biggest flop this week because Stephen...
So go for it.
This is the thing with Stephen. We know he's got that top talent. Look, I said... I was confident at the start of this year that he was going to win a major event in the next, 12 months from...
I think both of us were pretty confident.
The start of the year. So that includes this upcoming World Championship. I was very confident with the way he was playing after that World Championship and after those World Series events. We know the Premier League wasn't amazing, but I made sure to throw in this photo of him celebrating that Berlin night win that the streets will never forget when he won his first 3 events of the Premier League on the same night, winning and picking up a trophy. And then winning the Euro Tour as well.
Yes, he did.
That same weekend. But it's... He's one of these players where the consistency levels are a bit all over the place, and they can swing wildly within one game, which makes it fun supporting someone like that. 93 average, which again he really should be beating Tubo Tricol, but just fell apart in the last 4 legs.
I mean, he wasn't horrible, but he just choked really.
He just sort of
couldn't hit a double in the end, and Tricol took his chances.
He did, so do better, Stephen. Still love you. And with the World Grand Prix coming up, and he's got time to bounce back with the Swiss Darts Trophy coming up this weekend. We mentioned Littler lost in the semi-final to Danny Noppert. There was one less game in that final session because Gerwyn Price had to withdraw for medical reasons. He's withdrawing a little bit now in sort of mid-tournaments now. I don't know if it's... maybe he needs to watch what he's eating over in these foreign exotic places. Maybe pick up stomach bugs that way. I don't know.
I don't know.
So that was disappointing because Littler Price is box office.
That is
must-watch darts.
That's top caliber stuff. Yep, and... Maybe after those victories over Veenstra and Van Barneveld, averaging 102 in the game against Barney 6-2, he looked at, who have I got next? Oh, Littler.
Actually, look. I'm actually feeling a little bit sick just thinking about it, so no.
What's this point? I've got to get prize money. I'll just nick off. What do you think? I don't know.
Yeah.
But obviously disappointing. He has withdrawn from a few things, whether it's medical reasons or mental health stuff, whatever it is, but disappointing. But I'm sure he'll be back. And yeah, it was nice entry for Littler to the semi-finals, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And like you said, played well in the game against Barney, but wasn't able to get himself up for the Littler run to the quarterfinal. So that Littler match in the quarterfinal. Right, for the great debate today, we'll be discussing who will be able to make the World Grand Prix. This is the standings. Go to dartsrankings.com/WGP for the current World Grand Prix race. I'll put the top 20 on either side. But my focus, there's a couple of questions I want to ask you, Josh. Does Martin Schindler jump Dave Chisnell there? It won't matter because Chizzy will still qualify on the order of merit, on the Pro Tour order of merit side of things. So that's one place I'm looking.
Yep.
Peter Wright needs to make sure he stays in that green because he won't qualify on the other side. But I think he's just about far enough ahead because he needs both Chizzy and Schindler to go past him. But then on the other side, I'm looking over the other side. Gilding and Ratajski are in the hot seats, probably just about, especially Ratajski. Does William O'Connell, Remy Van Barneveld in particular, get past him? You notice Michael Smith is not on either of these because I don't think he's making it there either, as he continues to fall down. He missed this event, which won't help him.
Disappointing for him. Yeah.
Who makes the World Grand Prix on either side, Josh? What do we think? One event left. It's in Switzerland. It's the last one before the cutoff.
I hope Van Veen does, for sure. I hope he does. He's sitting 18th at the moment. Schindler.
Well, he's already in on the other side, isn't he?
Sorry.
He should be fine.
I looked at that one. Yeah, so...
so the guys, these guys in the light green, Schindler, Van Veen, De Decker, Searle, they're through on the other side of the the thing. So Van Veen will definitely be there. I mean, in theory, if he has a great run, he could even jump into a seed position. Remember, this year, as opposed to previous years, the top 8 were previously seeded. Now, this year, it's the top 16.
Yep, I'm trying to look because I keep thinking if they're not there, they can still be there and they qualify. So but as you said, it's sort of here.
It's that right at the bottom of that Pro Tour thing.
Right,
we
these
need.
4 here.
So
does Willie O'Connor get in? That's a question.
So 1,250 for just making, and all those guys there. Maybe not. Is Zonneveld? Yeah, Zonneveld's there. And Pikachu.
66.
So all those guys in the white there, those 4 who are not in, O'Connor, Van Barneveld, Zonneveld, and Pietreczka are all set to play this week.
Yep.
It's £1,250 for first round loss. 2,250 for making the second round, though. You won't be credited with that if you are seeded and lose, but that's another thing, which isn't relevant. To any of the players mentioned. So it's going to be fascinating last one. So there's 2,250, which is the difference between Barney and Ratajski.
Yeah.
So
it's very close over there. Wow. So who's going to make it over there, do we think? I think obviously the fringe right now is Will O'Connor and Barney. It'd be great to see Barney get in.
I want to see Barney get there. And
given his great performance on the weekend, especially.
You would hope so. He needs, but I feel like he needs a bit of help with the draw. If he gets one of the host nation qualifiers in that first round particularly, but if he draws Niko Springer or Richie Adhouse, he might be in a bit of trouble. Martin Lukeman, that'd be nice. One of those. But if he gets a nice host nation qualifier, sure the crowd might be perhaps against him. But he'll feel confident going there. So I reckon Barney can still make it in. And I reckon Gilding's probably going to do enough to hold on as well. Well, they're probably the 2 guys of those on the fringe. They're the ones I would most like to see. They're Gilding and Barney. So maybe that's why I'm leaning that particular way.
I hope Barney gets in.
O'Connor's been around that spot for the last few months, and he's been more often in the green when I've checked. So he's just missing outside at the moment. So he's one. Is he even? I don't know. Is he even in this? I can't see the Irish flag anywhere.
This event,
what on earth? this keyboard's annoying. No, he's in. He got through the Tour Card qualifier, so that's why I was looking at the Pro Tour. He's not there. I can't see the Irish play. He's there. So he's done the work to get in as well. So that's important as well. So, yeah, again, this tournament is going to be... What I would absolutely love, wanting to see a chaotic end. How great would it be if we got to like a position where two of those guys were playing each other, winner takes all, winner gets in? That would be so good,
That'd be
wouldn't
nice.
it?
Absolutely.
Same on the other side.
Draw each other.
We had something like Chisnell against
Schindler.
against one of the higher up guys. Said the higher guy needs to win it for Peter Wright to stay in the World Grand Prix, or else he drops below the seeds and then doesn't make it on the other side. That's what we'd love to see.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just looking from both sides. Well, obviously, De Decker and Seoul in Van Veen. So it's literally just Schindler and Chizzy and Wright. That's sort of the three there. You think, Ross Smith's definitely home. So it's Wright, Chizzy, or Schindler for that.
On that,
2 out of 3
side.
spots. Yeah, and then it's over here. So it's gonna be close.
There's again, we had that discussion at the going into the match play. But would you rather be on that side and take your chance at the draw, instead of getting in, having perhaps an easier first round draw, but knowing the 15, the 16 seed have to play one of the Lukes probably in the second round. There's those calculations to have as well. I want to just circle around to the European Tour of Merit for one reason. Richie Edhouse, he won that tournament last year. He is currently barely inside the top. He's 32 on the Order of Merit, 32 spots to get in. He's only like 250 pounds ahead of Joe Cullen, 33rd, and he's not in the last European Tour, event 14, which is in Germany probably. If in doubt, assume a Euro Tour event's in Germany. Where is it? It's the German Darts Championship in Hildesheim. Yep. So there's that one. But he got through the Tour Card qualifier, so he's in 13 but not 14. He needs to have a big week, or else the European champion will not be defending his title at the European Championship.
Wow.
Which would be
that'd be interesting.
Which would be something. So he needs a big weekend at House on the Euro Tour. It was looking like for a while, he'll be sort of lower down, but he will make it. By the way, the provisional draw for the European Championship, I'm just going to read which bracket is it? I think it is the second one. Listen to this for a bracket. So these guys are all in the same quarter of the draw. Humphreys versus Watamina. The winner of that plays the winner of Van Gerwen versus Van Duijvenbode. Other part of the quarter, Gerwin Price versus Andrew Gilding. Winner of that plays James Wade versus Cameron Menzies. What a bracket!
That's stacked.
What a quarter! It's got so many big names and interesting matchups in there. Humphreys, Van Gerwen, Price, Wade, all together. So there's
especially those top four.
Yeah, those
Wade's
four
in good form.
big names. They're all in form at the moment with Van Gerwen winning the World Series finals. So. Yeah, that's. I'm interested to see. So there's a couple of things to check out. There's the Grand Prix one, but then the sub story for me is Edhouse. Does he have a good enough weekend to perhaps put him just away from that chasing pack? What he can't afford is a loss in the first round. Basically seals the fact that he's not going to defend his European Championship this year. Doesn't even make the tourney. But so he needs at least a couple of victories from mine Edhouse just to certify his position at the moment. Because a loss means it's probably all over. Because Cullen is going to be presumably in both of these events. Oh no, he's not in Switzerland. I don't know if that's a withdrawal with always these things. He got through the Tour Card qualifier for 14. Okay, so that helps that his nearest rival isn't playing this weekend, but Rob Cross is there, and Cross we know is on that seeded side of things, so he'll be there. But he'll need to pick up a couple of victories across as well to certify his spot. So that helps that your nearest rival isn't playing this week. But, Richie Edhouse needs to do some stuff there. So that's an interesting subtext. But the main one will be the Grand Prix. Does Ratajski and Gilding hold on? Can O'Connor, Barney or someone else leapfrog them in? Do a Niko Springer off the back of one event get there? Or maybe. Does Peter Wright hold on not only to being a seed but being in the tournament, because at the moment he's outside of positions on the Pro Tour Order of Merit side of things.
Fascinating.
It's a fascinating, huge weekend.
Come on, Barney. I want to see Barney.
Yeah, we'd love to see Barney. Come on, Barney.
The tiger.
Indeed. The future star is the same guy for the last several weeks, Mitchell Lawrie, the Scots. He is holding up Scottish darts at the moment with the way Cameron Menzies can't count and keeps losing
Floppy on
concentration.
the
Peter
floor.
Wright is wrapping up. Gary Anderson isn't playing in many events. So it's Mitchell Lawrie. He's going to be the star of the future. And
guy
he's
is
putting together a
incredible.
Luke Littler-style youth career at the
He
moment.
He is.
We could very well see him at Lakeside this December.
Wow.
And yeah, some of the numbers in there: 90 average, 102.95 in a final win of the British Open Open singles. What an extraordinary! What's he? 14 years of
Extraordinary,
age. I'm
right?
pretty sure he is at the
God.
moment, and he's just piling in big averages. And I'm pretty sure he's read his quarterfinal opponent who averaged 95 there is 11. So
Wow.
the kids are taking over. Owen.
Good to see Henry Coates made the final.
Yes, he
Rising
semi-final.
star. Yeah, rising star
he's
on
another
MODUS,
one,
and he's also
yeah.
playing this week in
Yeah,
the
the-
weekly week
Let me
4.
just
The
double
MODUS.
check this because I'm pretty sure the
Good to see him playing well.
yeah, some of the that quarterfinal lineup I think was pretty that semi-final lineup looked pretty stacked from memory. Match center, is this the one I want? Which one? Yeah, this one. So yeah, so it was a pretty strong. Actually, no, that's a different one. That's the British Open Youth event. We want. Where is? Which one? That one.
Incredible stuff.
Here we go. Yeah, it's just been Fed income.
Bonkers.
I'm just
Well, to get that up, I'll read all the results for you.
yeah, just
4-2 against Barry Watson, 4-2 against Kevin Lowe, 4-3 against Tommy Leishman. And now, that's not the Tommy Leishman from MODUS 2-9 Data Champions Week. That's not him. 4-1 against James Duncan,
You sure it isn't?
4-1 against Owen Bryceland, 4-3 against Henry Coates, obviously 5-0 Ryan Hogwarth, 102.95. That is just ridiculous. I've actually been watching him and his throw. His throw is like a Mike DeDecker type throw. Have you watched some of his playing?
A little bit.
recent?
A little
It's not like a
bit.
Mike DeDecker throw. It's very sort of front on, sort of lean back, but it's very fluent. And I think the best players have a very fluent and consistent style. When it gets a bit all over the shop sometimes, it can be a bit annoying.
Mind you, that last
frustrating.
win at that last leg that secured the win against Leishman was a 10 data. So
Wow.
you can see, yeah, it's just
Wow.
yeah, that
Was he on it?
Uh,
As in like 6 and then
yeah,
7,
through the first 6 darts.
8?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah, he was on the 9 for the
That's
first.
like the first 7 or 8 darts. That'd been crazy.
No, sorry, it was a 137 that second visit. So somewhere in that
Okay,
second visit, he
okay.
hasn't
Fair.
carried on either Duff 4 or 5 off
Gone,
the back
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
But yeah, so he had a 180 to kick off the leg. Yeah, it was a 10 data. Yeah, it's insane what he's doing at the moment, and he's emerging as again to go with these names of Walker and Puhauser and yeah, so many others that we've mentioned. The kid
Coates
from
as well.
Mongolia, Coates.
Henry Coates is pretty good.
Who did Walker lose to again in the JDC Super 16? Johnson.
Jack Johnson,
Jack
yep.
Johnson.
He's
So
good.
yeah,
Left
these-
armour.
yeah, the kids are taking over.
They are. They're good.
And yeah,
Cool.
it's sensational stuff. What's going on in the world of darts at the moment?
Young Ryan Brownlee as well.
Right,
He's
yeah.
one to watch. I think there's another
They're all future stars,
There's
Josh.
another guy in the MODUS who's
all
chucking along
insane.
too. Anyway, but there's so many. There's so many, which is great.
They're
but
way
he
better
is
than both
definitely
of
one to
us at a
watch.
much younger age.
What, 45 average?
Yeah, exactly.
Comparison to their 100 in the final. Good grief. Now on to
Now,
Australia darts.
Now, latest news time, and you've been very excited to talk about this. It's
Oh,
the
I sure
WDF,
have.
that's the World Darts Federation. Every 2 years they hold a World Cup. It's
Yes.
in South Korea.
It
It's
is.
in Seoul. And yeah, this is the Australian team, particularly on the men's side, is particularly strong. Good to
It
see
is very-
Raymond Smith out
yes.
there with Danny Porter and Mal Cumming, guys we've seen regular on the ADA side
Yep.
things. In particular, Cumming and Smith were regularly running deep in those sort of events.
Absolutely.
It's on right now. It's available in the
Day
live
2.
stream in a couple of places. It's the
Yes.
second day. How have the Aussies been going, Josh?
Very successful, yes. Well, we got the women as well and the youth. Most notably, Tristan Bogner. He's also rising star, we could say.
yes,
very,
he's
very
another
good.
one that.
He's good. So there they are on the opening day. There's Raymond. There's Mel Cumming in there somewhere. There's Tristan. Isn't that so nice? Just to see, it's a lovely little picture there. Very,
Yeah.
very nice to see them all suited up, ready to represent their country. And here are the results from day one, or at least the most notable one. The Aussie men, 4 wins in a row for day one. So how it works, it's first to 9, right? There's 4 in the team. They play in a group of 4. Each player plays a first to 1 leg, and they rotate round. And they rotate round until you win the fixture, ultimately. So 9-1 against Estonia. So that was the last game of the day.
So it started with Mongolia.
We'll start with Mongolia. 9-2 against Mongolia. 81 average. That's the average. That's
Across all
between
legs.
them. Yep. 9-6 against the Philippines. 76 average. 9-7 in a thriller against France. 9-7 against Germany. And their best game of the day was 9-1 against Estonia. Yes, best game. And then there are some of the women's pairs, I think, or was it youth pairs? I'm not sure.
Might be the youth pairs.
I think it was youth pairs. Yeah, so Hadley and Kiwish won over Belgium, and they had a loss. Clegg and Dan lost against the Netherlands, unfortunately.
So the fascinating thing about this event is there's all so many little events all in one. So there's a men's singles, there's a women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles. There's a team event, which this one was. There's youth as well. So there's so many different individual tournaments, and there's a sort of overall end, but there's also you want to win individually as well. So it's a pretty mad event that's been going on biannually since like the 70s.
Yeah.
1977 was the very first. Eric Bristow and John Lowe won the very first pairs event. So you can see some of the names that are regularly with this. It's been in Australia a couple of times. 85 in Brisbane, 97 in Perth, 2005 in Perth. Maybe one day.
2027 Melbourne.
Who knows? 2025 Seoul though is where this year is going to be at. So there's men's. Singles pairs teams, women's singles pairs teams. There's a boys singles, there's a boys pairs, there's a girls singles, there's a girls pairs, and there's a mixed pairs.
So much going on.
So there's mixed youth pairs, that is. So there's so much darts going on there.
Those are all the results from the first day. Yeah.
And just look at the names that won some of the youth events from a few years ago. Jensen Walker and Thomas Banks, Paige Pauling and Hannah Meek, and then Paige Pauling and Thomas Banks. So it's a lot of these guys. That was 2023. So a lot of these guys we talk about the youth have begun to come on.
So that would have been about what, I think.
So 2 years. That was
15, 16 at the time, roughly. Most of those guys and girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remarkable stuff.
It's a big event, and where we look forward to see how that develops throughout the week. It's just there's so much darts going on.
Well, as I said to you off air, when you saw the main stage, you could see all the fans.
All the boards.
You should see the sides of the venue. There are like 30 dartboards on each side. It's incredible.
Darts heaven for people like you and me.
Imagine you just walking and go, oh, look at this place. This is great.
In terms of access to play, I don't think there's ever a time anyone could possibly walk into a venue set like that and not be able to play a game of darts. There's so many boards.
So good. We also had a crazy moment. Mel coming here to 170 versus Mongolia as well.
In that Mongolian tie.
No audio for this one, but fantastic. Look at that steady action. Reevaluates, has a look.
Wants the ball to win the tie.
And look at that reaction. Hooah. Almost like a Go and Price type reaction.
Yeah, very nicely done. Well done, Mal. Reeling in the fish.
He reeled it in, absolutely. So we'll keep track of that all week, and hopefully they can have a win. That they can win the whole thing. Who knows? But so much going on in Aussie darts. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. On the North American side of things, on the CDC, Stowe Bunce and David Cameron were the guys who booked their spot to the 2026 PDC World Darts Championship on the CDC tour. So that last weekend has wrapped up. There's still the the Continental Cup coming up in a few weeks, 17th, 18th of October, which also books you a spot there, and in the Slam as well. Adam Savannah was the top-ranked American. David Cameron, again, not the former UK Prime Minister, was the top-ranked Canadian, and then the top ranked who wasn't qualified was Bunce. So we'll see that wonderful shirt at the and crazy character.
Look at that shirt, that's incredible.
Yeah, the David Cameron one's pretty one. It's a pretty good one as well.
I was just looking. Look how in sync they are of the throw. Like the darts just.
Yeah, I made sure to find a photo that was pretty similar.
I did notice
so that was deliberately done.
I have the attention to detail. It's great.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I do like those whenever you get photos of guys who it's side onto them and they've already let go of the dart. The dart's ahead of them or alongside their hand. It's always a pretty good shot.
There can be some pretty dodgy ones at times where it's just like side on, mid on. It's not great.
But when you get a nice side on action photo, it's pretty cool. So Bunce and Cameron at the World Championship with Gates, who was already there, won an event back in April, Zavada as well. So they're the four North Americans that are in at the moment. And there'll be at least, there will be one more. This is you, Josh, ADC.
Yes, ADC Windmill Championship Tour Grand Final is coming up on Saturday, the 18th of November at the MODUS Live Lounge. So we've got 8 players coming up. Jack Twendall, Jamie Hughes, Chaz Barstow, Kurt Parry, Robbie Martin, Graham Hall, Carl Wilson and Sean Fox. They'll all be playing against each other on the 18th. at the Live Lounge. Doors open at 11:30. Play begins at 12:30 over there. So that'll be good to see. Shown on Pluto
UTC
TV
Plus Zero.
and YouTube, I would think. So that's going to be a
One
good event
assumes
as always.
if it's MODUS.
Yes. More MODUS for you. Neil Duff, 5 times he has won now. Equal with my boy Steve West. He
Yeah,
had a
your
4-2 victory over Nathan Potter. It wasn't the most prettiest final, 81 and 79 average respectively in that game. Good. He had a good checkout though, 107 checkout, 2 180s, and lifts that, so he'll be in Champions Week again. Week 4, that's the lineup. Danny Ayres, Reece Robinson, Dean Gallagher, Jurjen van der Held, which made Champions Week last series, Jemai van der Heck, Jerome Cardon, Gary Stone, Adam Mould, Andy Hamilton, the Hammer's back. Henry Coates, which again mentioned, he's a young star. He'll be in Group C. Debut. There was another guy who made his weekly debut, and now he's making his, which is great. David Pallett and Adam Winspare are the others for Group C. Got the results. Yep, got the results. So Danny Ayres is leading currently on 16 points, 8-2.
Recording?
Yes, and Jemai and Jurjen are very close behind. So we'll keep an eye on that one as we do throughout the week.
All right. I had an absolute stinker in
both of us
my
went
darts
great.
count. You were okay.
I was okay.
By your standards, you won 3-0. I didn't even get a look at dart at double, so we won't even bother. But this one I'm very interested in. We mentioned you mentioned last week. Darts Down Under League Division 2 on Dart Counter. First week,
yes.
Joshy Boy was playing a lad called Scott Hay, and he needs to work on his doubles, 0 from 30. But my man Josh
felt so bad for him. It was actually it was such a good bloke. Such a good bloke. I was texting him, getting prepared for the game, and had 2 140s there. My checkouts were pretty awful. He had none from 30. I felt so bad for him. I'm like, can someone just win this leg? And I finally hit double 10 for the 4th leg, I think it was in the end. So again, that first 9's pretty good.
You've held up 57.78 first 9 average over 6
Not bad.
legs. You've held up.
Not bad. So
I want to see you push now into the sort of 8th and 9th legs.
Yes. So that was my first crack at a best of 10. So I was thinking, how would I go about it? Because usually we play best of 5s.
Yeah.
Sometimes I play best of 7 here and there, but usually I'm more of the short format. But best of 10's actually not too bad. It went for about just under the hour, but if you have longer games, it could go towards an hour and a half if you're shotting on the doubles. But it was good fun, really good fun. So we've even got a table for you.
There we go. What's that? Well, there's 3 guys that won their match 6-zip.
Yes.
Josie, Liam, and Josh. So they're all up there at the top of the standings.
Yep. So there's 12 blokes there. So it's a long, long way to go. But not getting too ahead of myself. But it was a good week for sure.
Tahini is playing a Webster. So I just want to go back there. He was a winner last week.
Oh, he was. There you go.
6-4 in his match.
All right.
We'll be interested to see how you go. Who knows? It's hard to see. But in the Darts Down Under fixtures, Week 2, Division 2, Josh will take on Webster, and so we'll see how that comes along.
JP does a great job always. There's lots of weekly fixtures, as in for like friendly ones. The actual community is really, really good. I recommend getting on it next one. Learn so yourself, but really, really good. So
I need to work on my
excellent graphics.
I need to work on everything in my
You
game.
do. Well, my doubles are shit, so get back to that. Anyway, looking ahead,
the week ahead,
a lot of
big
stuff
week.
this week.
I want to speak a lot.
Yes,
Swiss Darts Trophy.
go for it.
Last event before, as already mentioned, the cutoff for the World Grand Prix, so and second last to Eurotour this weekend. So if you want to get to Dortmund, you want to get to Leicester, this is the week to do it. Niko Springer will be there as a tour guide holder as well, so interested to see how he backs up after the biggest weekend of his career thus far that's just gone. So very interested to see how that goes. Swiss Darts Trophy, the defending champion is Martin Schindler. He beat Ryan Searle 6-7 in last year's final, which was the first time there was an event in Switzerland. So this is the second edition of the Swiss Darts Trophy. The DPNZ Tour events 11 and 12, Saturday and Sunday respectively.
Okay.
So
Nice.
winner of that Order of Merit qualifies automatically for the World Darts Championship at the Alexandra Palace. More importantly, gets the 7th name into the ANZ Premier League. And then on the Monday, there's a top 16 playoff where the winner of that also gets into the ANZ Premier League. A reminder of that lineup at the moment. When that loads, Whitlock, Kamito, Kling, Bailey, Pusey, Smith. Johnny Tartar's currently the leader of the DPNZ Order of Merit, and the playoff winner also gets a spot. So we will have our lineup, Josh, and next week's going to be a huge show. We will be, the title of it probably will be 2025 World Grand Prix and ANZ Premier League preview.
Sure.
So it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of great debate week ahead. I want winner and runner-up, of the Grand Prix next week, Josh.
Yep.
We hopefully should have a bracket
Get that ready.
and have winner,
predictions.
runner-up, and perhaps even the 2 other guys that make to finals night in the Premier League. I'm already
10 days to go.
10 days to go. We just send me through
Can't
the
wait.
ticket just so that I
Yes,
might
I
copy,
will.
and we will be there at
Sure will.
the ANZ Premier League opening night
I'm gonna
in
get there so
Melbourne
early.
at John Cain
I'm
Arena.
gonna get there like at
I
5
booked-
p.m.
I'm not doing anything
No,
else for the rest of the
no.
day. I've said no, I can't make anything else.
Sorry, Paige, I got an invite from a friend for a party. Sorry,
No,
not going.
no,
I've had
no.
to book in advance since Davin's class
This is
in
this is
This
is it.
April, whatever it was. So
Yeah,
sorry,
this is,
Paige.
this is the big one. ANZ Premier League. Now,
Yes.
is the next slide the Darts Archive?
No, the next one is
Oh, no,
African
of
darts.
course, I should mention. I believe, I'm pretty sure, because I screwed this up by trusting the PDC graphic a few weeks ago, that the African Darts Group World Championship qualifier should be this weekend, the 28th. There doesn't appear to be anything on Dark Connect. I can't see anything, but I'm pretty sure that's happening this weekend. At least, let me go back to the Wikipedia, which usually has its sources listed. Down.
I
It
said,
says
it's pretty
28th.
accurate.
So, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's this weekend. So we'll see if, so presumably Cameron Carlson and our man Peter Wachuri will be the men to beat at the at that particular event. When it goes to Alexandra Palace, got to be on your game for that big
Sure
day
do.
in African darts. If it's anything like last year, it'll be live streamed on YouTube, and the whole darts community will be focusing on that more than on the Euro Tour event.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if you know Mano Kelsey, the guy who was the partner of Peter Wachuri from MODUS. I wonder if he'll be there. I've been texting him. I'm going to play that game against him. We're trying to get our times right, and I'll put it on our channel, on our Instagram, TikTok, but I'm actually going to have a POV of me and a POV of the board. I've been wanting to do this forever, but I just need to find that second camera, so we're going to get that sorted.
Right.
My Darts Archive
Yeah, this is you
recap.
first.
The 2016 World Series of Darts Finals we discussed last week. What a game this was, and what a finish it was. As I mentioned last week, MG found himself 10-6 up, winning 4 of those last 5 legs. But Peter Wright, he reels off the next 3 legs and storms back 10-9. MG on through to win the leg, but he has 3 darts at tops, whilst Wright is on 201. Misses 9 match darts.
9 championship darts
match
too.
darts, championship darts, and he hits double 2 to win a great game. Peter Wright had about 6 himself or something ridiculous. It was a crazy game. Crazy game. So that was a thriller.
Okay, I had a bit of time trying to work out what I should do this
Haven't
week.
looked at yours.
Switzerland is this week, and I could have gone back to last year's great final between Schindler and Searle, but I went, no, that's a bit too. I really want to go a bit more historic, and I thought, well, World Grand Prix is coming up, Josh, and double start is an interesting format, so we need to learn a few things.
Sure.
To be honest, I'm actually quite disappointed. There isn't actually that much compared to other tournaments like the Slam and the Match Play. There isn't actually that much on YouTube about the World Grand Prix. It's a bit harder to find, and I didn't want to start with like a really obvious match. I've got a couple other ones that I could save later. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to the 2014 Grand Prix final.
Hello.
It's Michael Van Gogh. I mean, he's always in the Darts Archive. And James Wade. It's an interesting event. This 2014 one. Wade played a famous second round match against Robert Thornton. He then beat James Wade and Phil Taylor. Lost to James Wade and Gary Anderson. Michael Van Gogh has just breezed through this tournament most of the time. Against Winstanley and King was pretty close, but he beat Bunting 4-0. This was Bunting's first year in the PDC. To make the final, interesting match. This one is up, available on YouTube. The quality, at least on my screen, sort of worsened towards the end of the match. But other than that, it's an interesting match, and you'll have to wait and see how it goes.
It's a long one.
That should be, I've written that wrong. That should be best of 9 sets. It's first to 5.
Sets.
It's first to 5.
Okay.
At this point in Grand Prix history, a lot of the time it's been first 6 sets to win the final, and then it's back down to, it was 5, and now it's gone back up to 6. So that should be best of 9. I was when I put that in, I was thinking first to 6, forgetting it was a first to 5.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you very much, Josh.
Magically appeared.
Best of 9 sets, first to 5 between Michael Van Gogh and James Wade. Well, Grand Prix, we got to get ready on double start. We should play a double start game on Dark Counter.
Let's do that.
We maybe only first to 2 legs or maybe
Best of
301
three, best of
instead
two.
of
Yeah.
501
Yeah.
because it might take us a while to just double in.
I like that. Let's do that.
But yeah, if you don't want to hurt your
Next week,
average
let's do
too
that.
much, so then we should
I
play a
don't
double
care.
start game at some point.
Next week we're doing that. Cool. Done.
Alrighty, that's it for the podcast. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much, Josh.
No worries.
Double
Great
16
show.
has been hit. Love the show. Next week, again, big show. Grand Prix and ANZ Premier League preview will be just a handful of days away. We'll be able to smell the start of what will be the biggest couple of months in Australian darts of all time.
3 days from next
Oh,
Wednesday. Should we do it on the Wednesday?
Don't do that to me. Like, subscribe to Extra. You have it already. I
Yes.
wanted to do because I don't actually get a public opportunity to do this. To any Brisbane Lions supporters, best of luck for Saturday. My Cats are playing the Lions in the AFL Grand Final. May the best team win. Should be a good match.
Absolutely.
2 best teams left in the AFL. So just wanted to wish a best of luck to any Brisbane Lions supporters who might be listening. I don't know
So
if
classy of
anyone
you.
is, but I just
So
thought I
classy.
just thought I'd shout them out. They've had
Fair
a great
enough.
year.
They have.
3 grand finals is a phenomenal effort.
Sagan, Coach of the Year again.
Yep.
Incredible.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair for
Yeah.
Fagan. I'm a big fan of that Brisbane Lions operation at the moment,
Yeah.
and some of their plays. It should be a very competitive match, and that second half
Should,
against
hope
Collingwood
so.
shows the champions won't be any rollover. So
No.
looking forward to the grand final this week. Best of
Absolutely.
luck, Lions supporters. That's it for this show. Huge show next
Great
week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Best of luck to all the Australians competing in Korea, and
Yes.
hopefully you do the country proud as Australian darts just keeps getting bigger, and we're going to be covering it all here on the 9 Dart Podcast.
Absolutely. What an episode. Thanks
What a big
for being
episode.
here.
Thank you very much, Josh. We'll speak again this time next week. This has been the 9 Dart Podcast.